So within Fallout 76, there are many different power armors in the game. For instance, there is Excavating Armor and all the X01s. Excavator, Ultrasight, X01, and many other ones. Here are some that I've shown you. Right here is Ultrasight, which is in-game power armor right here. It's not a full set, but it is mostly Ultrasight. Right here is Excavator power armor, which you get from doing a quest with the Mole Miner, which you can start if you go all the way down south, the southern part of the map, and go to the Grand Mining headquarters. That is one place. That's where you start that. In order to get the Ultrasight, like I talked, in order to get the Ultrasight, you have to start the Brotherhood of Steel quest, which is what it will give you, and you start that by going to Abby's bunker and completing that quest. To get the X01, which looks like this. In order to get the this is what the X01 looks like. In order to get that, you have to complete the Enclave quest and become a general within the Enclave. After becoming a general within the Enclave, you will go to the terminal that is located in the Enclave bunker, the archive terminal, and go to the archive schematics, and you'll be able to do that. Within wearing these certain power armors, they give you certain buffs. They all get different buffs, such as the Excavator armor, which is a great example. It doesn't give that much defense, but it gives a plus 100 carry weight, which is very useful within a game where it's all about what to carry and management. The Ultrasight gives the best ballistic damage defense in the game, and is very useful whenever going against bosses such as the Scorchbeast Queen, Scorchbeast, and many other ones like that. The X01 power armor gives many other buffs, such as all the power armors give you increased strength. It puts strength right up to 11. And these, as you can see in this picture, here are most of the power armors in the game. All the way to the left, you have Raider power armor. In the middle, you have Ultrasight and Excavator. Then you have T60, a full set of X01, and T51. And those are some of the power armors within the game, and they all give you certain buffs. Here's a full set of the Ultrasight. Here's T60. And that's most of the power armor in the game. And as you can see, whenever I get into this Ultrasight power armor, as I get within the Ultrasight power armor, as you can see in a minute, you go to your Pip-Boy, go to stats, and go to effects, and this is power armor plus 1 strength. So therefore, I'll be getting more strength. So my melee damage will do more, and whenever you're doing a melee damage build, power armor is a great thing to go with because it increases your damage. That's why a good place to find your first set of power armor so you can get this stat is whenever you exit the vault of Vault 76. You go straight east of Vault 76 to the Morgantown Train Yard, and here you will find a full set of, not a full set, but almost a full set of T60 power armor that you can get very early in the game for free. And that's very useful whenever you're starting out the game. So yeah. Power armor will give you is, like I said, whenever you go into your stats, you can see that power armor gets plus 1 strength. But also, whenever you go in your items and you go to apparel, as you see in the bottom right corner of the Pip-Boy, it says I have 505 defense, 449 energy resistance, and 464 radiation resistance. And also, whenever you have power armor on, you take no fall damage, so you can jump from really high places and be perfectly okay. That's all. That's all the sets you can get from power armor. After gaining enough XP, the player will receive a level up thing at the bottom of their screen. After doing that, you go in the Pip-Boy, you go and press triangle, and you can either pick a new card or move a perk card to another thing. And perk cards useful for certain builds, while move a perk point, special point, is useful also for builds, but will allow the amount of different perk cards you have for that build. As you can see, I have 10 strength, therefore all these cards add up to 10 strength perks. While with perception I have 15, and all of these together I have 15. So the more points you have in your special, the more cards you can put in there. Therefore, the better your character will be depending on your build. And if you have a rifle build, the type of perk cards you will need, the type of special you'll invest for is perception, and the type of perk cards you need, well, rifleman, expert rifleman, and master rifleman will be the 3 main perk cards you need for a rifle build. Therefore, will affect a certain amount of damage you do with all of them. As you can see, whenever I go in there without having any of the perk cards on, for base damage, I will only do a total of 56 damage with my handmade. Well, if I equip all 3 cards, I now do 90 damage. So as you can see, it increases the amount of damage you do by 60% with 20% per each card, and that's just the 3 main perk cards you need for that. If you're going for a melee build, a 2-handed melee build, the perk cards you will need would be expert slugger, master slugger, and slugger, which will increase your, just like rifle would, increase your full damage by 60%. As you can see, when I have my all rise super sledge, which is 146 base damage, if I add all 3 of those perk cards, I will now do a total damage. I'll now do a total damage of 233 damage. So if you do certain builds, the different perk cards and the amount of special you put into your builds will affect the overall amount of your character and amount of damage you can do with it. So therefore, that is why it is important to invest in special and perk cards. To gain XP is to play instruments within the game, which will give you certain buffs, which you will see in a second. And there are many different places on the map to grind for them. When I say grind, I mean to play for a longer period of time, therefore to get enough XP to get a certain thing. Which are only going for certain things. As you can see, I just got You Fill the Well Tune, which is therefore an XP bonus, which will give me an XP bonus for a certain amount of time. If you go to your effects, you can see the Well Tune, AP Regen, which will also help me the XP. So if you go to your AP Regen, is that. But some good places to grind for XP or to level up faster is the White Spring Resort, which is right here. Another good place is Watoga, right here. And those are the 2 main places to level up. Here you'll find mostly Feral Ghouls, which give anywhere from 45 XP to all the way up to 600 XP per kill, depending on what level they vary from. Here you'll find level 30 to level 50 robots, which can give anywhere from 100 XP to 300 XP. And those are some of the best places to grind for XP. There's also another place, but it is more high level, and it gives a lot of XP, but is a much harder place to grind for, and it is the Glass Cavern. This place right here. That's a good place to level for XP as well. So yeah, whenever you build a special point and you just need a power level through it to get the certain cards and things, those are the best places to do it at. You're starting out and you want to know about the factions, which are different groups within the game. They give you certain things. For instance, all the factions will give you certain things whenever you take a picture. Those are some of the things they give. And to find and start these quests that will let you join these factions, you have to go to these places on the map. So in order to join the Enclave, which is one of the biggest factions in the game, you're going to have to go over into the Mire, which is this part of the map, the east part of the map, and you have to go to this abandoned waste dump. And once you're here, you just have to enter the cave, and the quest will start. Join the Brotherhood of Steel, which is also one of the biggest factions in the game. You'll have to go to the Abbey's bunker and go to Abbey's terminal, Therefore, it will start the quest. And whenever you are joining the first faction, whenever you first come out of Vault 76, which is this right here, it is just straight south of Vault 76, and you go down to Flatwoods, and that's the responders. And in order to join the Fire Breathers, you just keep on heading south from that, and you go to the Charleston Fire Department in order to join that, which is the Fire Breathers, and they'll get you a quest. And then join the Raiders, which is a new faction. You have to go to the top of the world, and you have to talk to Rose, which will then give you a quest to join the Raiders. And all of these certain factions will give you certain guns and armors, and even some of these quests will even lead to other quests for other factions, which is pretty cool. Such as the Raiders, you will need to unlock the security gate in order to get something for the Brother Distill. So yeah, those are some of the factions. Those are all the factions, and where to find them in Fallout 76.